Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2020 Subaru Outback SE Premium. Stay tuned for this video. So I just want to say thanks very much to Subaru of Helensburgh who kindly provided their Outback. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So this is the front end of the new Subaru Outback. It's been in production for a few years now. And as you can see, the 70 plate 2020 model here in the UK. Prices start just over £33,000 for the base model, and this particular one being the premium trim, prices start over £36,000. I quite like this paint colour in the car. It's very conservative and suits the car very well. It's actually called magnetite grey metallic paint, and that's a £550 option here in the UK. Hope you can see it there, but I think this suits the car pretty well. Similar to the Forest, I've got a squared off front end. And interestingly, the Outback is the most popular estate/wagon, if you're watching it in the States, estate car in the North American United States. It's quite a unique claim to fame. Here in the UK they're a bit less popular, but we'll crack on with this video. So the Outback is an estate car, raised up a little bit of the cladding round. It rivals things such as the Audi A6 All-Road, Volvo V90 Cross Country and Mercedes-Benz E-Class All-Terrain. Adds all this body cladding to give it a bit of more of a rugged appearance, and as you can see, a little bit raised compared to a standard car to give it a little bit more ride height. In the UK we only get the 2.5 litre petrol engine as an option, all going through the CVT gearbox. That means about 180 brake horsepower. And the alloy wheels in this car, pretty generic. I don't think there's anything too exciting in my eye about them, but nice fixed sidewall for comfort. And I also quite like the fact you've got a little Outback on the sill there. Work our way around to the back, so you can see you've got privacy glass, that kind of estate wagon aesthetic. We've got symmetrical all-wheel drive to remind you it's a Subaru, and that's what they're known for, is the all-wheel drive dependability. And being the premium trim means we get the power tailgate, so a touch of a button to get the key fob out, bottom of the fob. Power tailgate will eventually do its thing. And here you can see nice squared off boot space that rivals the Volvo V90 and similar size. No load lip, as you can see, smooth flat floor, nice wide area to do your big cargo runs. A couple of tie down hooks at the corner there, all lined with the soft stuff, and here you've got a wee handle, almost like a door handle, to fold in the seats, which means we get 60-40 split. Hard to see with the net, but move that out the way and you can see that nice wide load area, carrying snowboards, or if you want to go to IKEA, all those good things you might want to do if you're Outback. Truly huge cargo area. Again, power operated to close. Not the fastest one in the world. I would say in comparison to the Levorg and the Forester we recently reviewed, this generation Outback's looking a little bit dated. No chrome trimmer, bar light. I've seen Doug DeMuro's video in the 2020 model getting the States, which looks a little bit fresher than this one we've had for a few years. But while we're around the back, we've got some roof rails up the top, which is a nice kind of SUV practicality feature. And all in all, the car's pretty boxy and practical, what you'd expect from a quasi SUV or anti-SUV car. So in the back, we've got seating for 3, and being the premium trim, we've got the leather, nice big armrest with 2 cup holders, which is probably the best for 2 adults. Car set up for my driving position, decent enough knee room, nice and spacious. Headroom plenty of, helps with that straight off body line, squared off kind of SUV style in the estate. Styling gives you that benefit, no sloping here. Interior light on. In the back we've got some power outlets there under this little flap. A little bit of a funky flap there, but 2 USB power outputs there. Ideal for your kids for charging iPads. And we've got a little bit of storage behind both seats. And nice little fixed points for the kids' seats. Nice and easy to reach just behind these little covers, so parents shouldn't have to worry. material cabin quality, same as the front, all soft and squidgy. And we've got tinted windows, but I've opened the door, you can see black piano black, door bin, speaker, same as the front, kind of gets worse as you work your way down, easy to wipe with your feet and things like that. A nice big squared off area, how far that door opens to get a child seat in. Car does have keyless entry and keyless go, so you can lock the car and unlock quite easily. Doors open nice and wide. A little bit of black trim with silver. Materials not too bad. Some plastics at the top, nice leather wrapped in the centre there, and scratchy plastics that are easy to wipe down below. Decent size bin for bottles or cans. It does say Subaru in the door sill, which is quite a neat feature. Another Subaru feature, full release cap on the floor, I won't forget that. And being a premium trim, as I mentioned, we get the leather seats with the white stitching, and they're electrically adjustable. Lumbar support, all those goodies all electrically and good to go. Get in and step in the car out the cold. Similar to the Forester, we've got a nice glass roof, which gives you plenty of greenhouse, nice visibility. Pushing the foot in the brake, start the car up. 2.5 litre comes to life. So this SE's Premium model gets this 8-inch Starlink infotainment screen that is touch. You can get your radio, map, and then your digital radio, not available. Sound system's not too bad in the car. Touchscreen's pretty responsive, and being Japanese, going by the reliability, you know it's going to be lasting a long time. Swipe across if I can get it to behave, there we go. Like so. And as you can see, you can map, Starlink, whatever you want. There's some maps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. But being a tester, I'm not going to sync my phone up to it, but it's there if you need it. I like the fact it's got 3-stage heated seats, which just came on when I started the car, which is a nice touch. I'm going to put it down to 1. You can see brand new car, I've got the plastic all over the buttons at 75 miles on the clock. This feature here, I quite like the fact you've got buttons for your climate control, not too many gimmicks, and it's built in as well, a bit like a Land Rover into the screen, around IDTT as well. You can turn that to get your temperature, and it's all knurled as well, so it gives it a bit of a more rugged off-road feel. Nice and easy to use. Also like this texture in the middle, thankfully no gloss black plastic, kind of this stripy charcoal grey material, a little bit rubberized or textured even. And in there, a little bit of room to fit your phone. Push, I fit an iPhone, that's the iPhone 11, but yeah, a bit too big for there. It might fit your wallet. And inside there you've got your AUX cable, 2 USB chargers and a 12 volt power outlet. As you can see, fits your little wallet, nice and easy in there. All cars use this CVT transmission, nothing too fancy going on. P, R for reverse, reverse camera pops up, down for neutral, down for drive, and if I push this little view button, you'll see the 2 cameras pop up. So we've got a front camera and a camera on the wing mirror there, or side view mirror even. So I think that's quite a neat touch. Don't see that too often. And then down below we've got the X modes for off-road capability, big electric parking brake, automatic vehicle hold, which is EVH, just means if you set the lights, puts you in stop and hold the brakes, prevent you rolling away. Again, we've got Subaru cup holders with little clips there to hold your cans of juice in and things like that. It's lined with the fuzzy stuff, and we've also got a little 12 volt power outlet in there, ideal to hide some sweets, things like that for your road trip. Let's clip this back in. And this wee area here looks like you can put a variation of coins, and maybe notes and things like that in there. An armrest, softly padded, and it's got white stitching again, same as the seats. Move on to the steering wheel. that leather wrapped, nice and thin, similar to other Subarus we've reviewed recently. Got your sports mode, push the S button there. There we go, it's in off-road mode there, so individual or intelligent even, and then S mode. As you can see, gives you a little bit more power, throttle response, things like that. Adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning on the right hand side, volume and your telephone stuff on the left hand side, and this little button down here cycles through this little display in the middle. Which I'm still breaking the car in, so ignore the 18 miles to a gallon. You'll probably get about 26, 27 to a gallon in real life. So Subaru are really focusing on safety, so a lot of technology has been packed in this car. So all your safety systems are here, your lane departure warning, forward collision buttons, all that are down here. Blind spot monitoring on and off there, as you can see, lighting up in the wing mirror. It's even got eyesight, which has got your kind of assisted braking, auto braking, so-called eyesight, setting for your eyes on the road, always looking out in front. That's really good. It's almost like they're going after Volvo customers. And inside the car, a lot more premium than you maybe expect. Got white stitching across the dash there, all rubberized material, not scratchy at all, which is nice and impressive. And as you'd probably expect for a car at just over £37,000 spec, nice quality dash. Also really like the sunroof. It's just a nice touch, makes the car light and airy. It's not huge panoramic, but it does the job, and it's got a manual shade cover. Won't open it because it's raining. A little bit of storage there, and it's lined with kind of felt for your sunglasses so it won't rattle around. And another Subaru thing, big decent sized sun visors, and they're also nicely soft and squidgy as well. And interestingly, no vanity light. It wouldn't be a Cars of Glasgow video without the glove box. Very large, lined with the fuzzy stuff and softly damped. It's ideal. And the seats themselves, as I mentioned, they are leather wrapped, white stitching, electrically adjustable, and relatively soft. Feel like big armchairs actually, sitting in it. I'm 5'11", and they've got plenty of headroom, definitely plenty of knee room going across. You're very comfortable, especially if you're over 6 foot, plenty of adjustment. And yeah, it feels like a big armchair, not too much bolstering at all, and it's almost like a big American car in that way. You can probably see why it's very popular over there. So let's go out and head out on the road. So you join me inside the Outback. Reversing it the driveway. Really like the camera, nice and wide. Wing mirrors, or I keep calling them that, side view mirrors, are pretty squared off as well, nice clear visibility. It's a pro point for Subarus in general, typically with the Forester and the Legacy Outback, or Outback I think this is just called. And most people buy these for the dependability and the versatility. Symmetrical all-wheel drive is permanent, so to give you all the confidence in the world on our ever-changing weather in the UK. You can hear that 2.5 litre ever so slightly up front, and round the CVT transmission. Put the foot down. It does like to whine a little bit. Hopefully you can hear that through the camera. A little bit noisier than I would like, but you'll get used to it. And I think around town driving, and if you drive it at a leisurely pace, it's going to be pretty quiet. Put it down again, and that's just at 30 miles per hour. So once you reach the speed you're at, it settles down and it's totally fine. 0 to 60 in this car is just over 10 seconds. That's in part to the 2.5 litre 4-cylinder boxer engine that we've got up front. Claim miles to a gallon I believe is 38, but I've seen in a couple of forums people saying expecting the mid-20s, just because it's a big heavy car, 4-wheel drive system and petrol only option. It is interesting, cars like the new Boxer, e-Boxer even from the Subaru Forester that's hybrid and trying to get with 2020 times for better fuel efficiency. And this car right now is only offered with a 2.5 litre petrol engine, so it feels like it was built, I think 2015 originally, and this model's 2020. I know the Americans get the newer version of the Outback. It's a shame it's not here yet. I don't know what the future plans would be, but I think a hybrid powertrain would help sort out the smoothness in this car a little bit when you're pulling off. Just when I just came straight out of a hybrid Toyota, and you feel the torque of that immediately. And when you get into this, it feels just a little bit last-decade with regards to powertrain. Not to say that's a bad thing, it's dependable, reliable and versatile. And that huge squared off area. The car feels huge, or looks huge outside, shall I say, but inside it doesn't actually feel all that big, which is a benefit. It doesn't feel ginormous. So visibility out the front, pretty decent. Turns in not too badly, very soft and comfortable, which I'd expect from this car. I would say there's a little bit of road noise coming through, that little bit of refinement that you might not get in the A6 or E-Class rivals. It just feels like for that kind of price point we're approaching, I know it's a wee bit cheaper than those models, but yeah, it just feels a little bit noisier for a near £40,000 car. But I will say it does feel very well built, which is a plus. And it does feel like it will last a long time, and typical Subaru buyers buy a car until they fall apart, so it might last 10-15 years and then buy a new one. It's not like maybe some of the German cars, you go on a lease and switch it every 3 or 4 years. It's a very loyal crowd, the Subaru owners are. I just want to say thanks very much for watching my video on the 2020 Subaru Outback. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to Cars of Glasgow below, check me out on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Cars of Glasgow, and special thanks again to Helensburgh Subaru for supplying their car. Thanks very much for watching. Ciao!